The mystery of the secret village wedding is about to be solved. Dave, hiya.
Yeah?
What's all this?
You better come in, I think.
Can I?
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Is it true? You're going to get married?
Well, it's supposed to be a secret.
Was it?
It's supposed to be, yeah, we wanted to do it nice and quietly, you know, just us and two friends, that's all.
So it is true, you're getting married?
Yeah, we're going to get married today.
Today?
Yeah, today.
A couple of hours' time.
Yeah, just a few hours' time. We've always wanted to get married, but we couldn't afford it, and then you got to tell everybody, you know, and they've all got to come, so we decided just to do it quietly, didn't we?
Has he been hard to pin down?
No, not really. I asked him last year and the year before.
Yeah.
Did your Elvis show help sort of bring you together?
Well, I suppose they like Elvis, really. Yeah, I suppose so, really.
Maybe closer.
Closer, yeah, you know, more of a...
We both enjoy Elvis, so...
Yeah.
Because you mentioned your first wife didn't approve of your
No,
music,
she didn't.
did
She
and that
didn't.
caused
No,
a problem.
no, she didn't. I had to give it. Well, I give it all up, but I got a nice family out of that. But she didn't like me doing it. No.
You don't mind his obsession with Elvis, do you?
No, I like Elvis anyway, so
That's
I
handy,
don't mind.
isn't it? How long till the service?
It's not many. Not long now.
Hour and a half.
Hour and 50 minutes.
So have you decided what you're going to wear and everything?
Yeah.
I'm not going to wear an Elvis suit.
I wouldn't let him.
You can shake an apple off an apple tree. Shake a sugar, but you'll never shake me.
Up at Glade Farm, a very important person in Tony's life swings into action.
I'm gonna stick like glue. Stick because I'm stuck on you.
Morning. You're still here?
Yeah.
How things?
Maureen has been Tony's housekeeper for nearly 20 years. She's become one of the family.
Known her for a long time now, nearly too long sometimes. If one couldn't have her too long, yeah, a long time.
She's more than just a
yeah.
housekeeper for you, isn't she?
Well, she looks after us. And we try and look after her. And then we have problems.
What's Tony like to work for?
Well, I suppose if I had to say, it is more like a father than a boss, I suppose. He's got that sort of quality to him that makes you feel at ease all the time. And you know he's not going to turn around and shout at you if you break something. You just laugh and say, oh, don't worry about it, you know. It's the atmosphere, I think. It's so friendly. And they're such nice people. Yeah. And they take the mickey out of me quite often, but only in fun.
Right, well, I got 2 or 3 hours and I got this age.
For Maureen and her family, Glade Farm has become open house.
When are you going out tonight? Is it okay if I bring the girls up for a swim?
Yeah.
Sure.
I can't be going out till 7, so don't worry.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
I'm gonna run my finger through your long black hair. Squeeze you tighter than a grizzly bear.
It looks brilliant and all this stuff.
Yeah, I just think it would, wouldn't it?
You've decided against Elvis, though.
Yeah, I don't think so, look.
So this is a day you've been looking forward to for 5 years, is it?
Yeah.
Why's it taken so long?
I don't know, maybe it's the money, the time, making sure it's the right person.
Why do you think it is the right person?
Oh, I do.
What is it about him?
He's romantic. I don't know. I just love him.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I said thank you. I want to explain the other day. I said, what's time, Fred? He said, how do you know my name was Fred? I said, I guessed. He said, well, guess what time it is? Thank you.
With just over an hour to go, Dave's best man arrives.
Hello, mate.
Well, all right day for it. Yeah, pleased to meet you.
Nice day, isn't it?
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Brilliant.
All good, is he all right?
Oh, good.
Rob's another old rocker from Dave the Plumber's showbiz days of the 60s.
You want a cup of tea?
Yeah, brilliant, yeah, one.
Next comes the maid of honour, Dee's best friend, Sue.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Come on in.
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. Come on in.
It's at a time like this that social skills are really put to the test.
I'll be with you in a minute. I'll just go get a suit on.
Okay.
Have you finally come?
I come from Alton. Yes. Do you come from Salisbury or somewhere?
No, I'm Somerset.
Oh, you came up today?
Yeah, 5 o'clock this morning, yeah.
Nice, isn't it?
Lovely, yeah.
Lovely day.
Beautiful, just right for it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Spring.
exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
That one, perhaps?
For Dave, it's vital everything goes smoothly. Today he wants everything to be perfect for the woman who really has changed his life. What is it about Dee that's made you decide to marry her?
She backs me with everything I do. She believes in me. I mean, and I believe in her. It's great. I mean, there's a great age difference, as you probably know, but it doesn't mean a thing. You know.
I'm getting nervous.
You only got about an hour.
I know.
You're a bit late.
Yeah, I'm going to be late. So I've got to do something to my hair now.
I know. She rang me this morning and she's just so nervous.
I think Dave's trying to get his trade on and off about a dozen times, trying to get changed,
Yeah.
and people keep arriving.
I know.
It's great.
Well, you only get married once.
Well, that's right. What
Well.
do you mean? Yeah, that's right, yeah. Are you married?
Just opposite Glade Farm, in one of Tony's farm cottages, Maureen's at last getting round to her own housework. For the last 14 years, life's been a bit of a battle, trying to look after the Holmeses as well as the problems of her own family.
Catherine, if you want to go swimming, you better hurry up.
Tell me about Catherine, your elder daughter.
Well, she's 14 now, but she was quite poorly when she was born. I've got some pictures if you want to see them. She had lots of operations and things on her tummy.
What was the matter with her?
Well, she was born with the bowel and the intestine on the outside of the body, not the inside like everybody else. Apparently there was a defect in the stomach wall which rejected all the internal organs, and so she had to be operated on the day she was born to put them back in. And they had a priest and everything waiting for her at the hospital to christen her in case she died, and then, you know, we could, because she wasn't stillborn, we could give her a proper funeral if she'd been christened. So
you were prepared for her to die?
I mean, it was on the cards all the time. My husband told me they gave her a 50-50 chance. In actual fact, he was just protecting me. They just shook their heads and said, we'll try.
And lucky to be alive.
Yes, she is really, yeah.
And now she's a completely normal girl.
Yeah, she leads a normal life. She eats a normal diet. No, she's just like anybody else, really. To look at her, you wouldn't even notice.
But there is one small legacy from Catherine's extraordinary birth which makes her quite different to everyone else. A tiny defect which nonetheless has come to dominate her life. That's why she appreciates the privacy of Tony's pool. Meanwhile, in the village police house, something's going on in the front bedroom.
I don't want to put them all in, or you
Yeah.
won't see the baby.
Okay.
Mind you, I'm going to put her in the crib first.
I think we'll keep that one as well.
Debbie's pulled her crime-busting husband Pinky off his beat to help prepare the nursery for the imminent new arrival. How's it all going, Debbie? How are you feeling?
Not too bad. With the heat and everything, I'm getting a bit tired, and beginning to feel it a bit now. I'll be glad to get rid of the weight.
Do you think it'll arrive on time?
I don't know. I'm hoping to ask the doctor that when I see him about whether it's going to be early. I just have a feeling that the baby is going to arrive early. The only thing that's a bit worrying about my family is that my sister actually had a miscarriage. Well, she fell pregnant a couple of months after me, and then she lost it a few months later. So I'm a little bit worried on how she's going to react once the baby's arrived. During my pregnancy, we've actually only spoken on the phone because I didn't want to upset her with her seeing me pregnant.
Has she been very upset?
She has been, yeah. She's been in tears on the phone. So.
Is that difficult for you?
Yeah, it is. I mean, when I heard about it initially, I mean, obviously I was upset for her, and it was difficult to know how to react myself. And then obviously my thought was, well, yeah, if my sister's lost the baby, am I going to be next, sort of thing. So it was difficult.
Just down the road from Pinky's, and the nightmare is just beginning for Jumbo and Tricia.
Seeing all this earth-moving equipment and the noise they make out of the bedroom window here, yes. Look at that bulldozer again up there. If it goes in reverse now, it'll go pink, 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 pink. I think that's
The dreaded bypass gravel extractions in Tony's field next door are underway with a vengeance, and it's even worse than they'd feared.
Do you know, I think they're ever so much closer than I thought they were going to be, don't you?
I do. It does
Well,
look
I
very
think it looks almost just the other side of the green hedge there. I think we should have to go out and measure it, and Jill, I'll get in touch with the planning department. Really does look ever so much closer.
Right.
I can't believe it.
Oh dear. Jumbo's a stickler for detail, and heaven help the man at the planning department if the extractions are even an inch nearer his house than they should be.
Get some good Elvis ones in there, yeah. Right, now we turn right at the traffic lights, and the registry office is just round the corner on the right.
After all the rush to get Dave the plumber to Aldershot in time for his wedding, the registrar isn't quite ready.
Church still in use at the church.
They're told to wait in the corridor outside. What do you think?
This is like waiting for an Elvis show.
Yeah, look, I've got more shakes. Look.
More shakes than the Elvis show.
Yeah.
Are you really nervous?
I am, yeah, certainly am.
You didn't say that earlier on.
No, I'm there. Look.
Killing time's not a problem for the only two guests. They're getting on like a house on fire.
I met Dave in about 1959.
Did
Rock and roll
you?
dance, yeah.
Oh.
Johnny Kidd and the Pirates.
Oh.
First time.
Are you
Well,
a rocker as well?
Yeah, I haven't seen her for 25 years to a pub over at Crondall.
Oh, really? What pub was that?
Castle.
Oh, you had that, did you? Oh. Oh.
Well, what do you think of today? Happy occasion?
Very happy. Hope you'll be very happy. Yeah, very happy. He's a very nice chap, and he deserves all the happiness. He really does.
They both do.
They do, yeah.
They've had some troubles,
They really have.
but they're so happy.
Yeah.
And they're doing it the best way, I think. Just getting on, getting married, and being happy.
That's right, yeah.
Ready?
Yes. Okay.
If I give you that end, I think.
Okay.
All right? So off I go. I think it's
The fearsome sight of a riled English country gentleman in defence of his rights brings work to a halt. The planners agreed not to come any closer than 50 metres from Jumbo's land. If Jumbo thinks they're nearer than that, work on the bypass could be delayed yet again.
When the homeland is in danger and there's trouble in the air, we forget our little troubles and it's best for us beware. All the nation is united when the danger looms in sight, and we march along together as we sing with all our might. We must all stick together.
17 plus 23 is 40 metres. You can see they've gone over a bit up there as well. Let go if you want to.
Having made the point, Jumbo's tactics seem now to be to withdraw, regroup, and plan the next move.
Embarrassed.
Back at the village surgery, it's one of Debbie's final visits to the doctor.
Do I worry 'cause you're stepping out? Do I worry?
With Dr. Morgan.
'cause you've got me in doubt.
The village GP, Jonathan Moore, who's taken over the practice from his father before him, has been keeping an eye on Debbie through her pregnancy. So far, there have been no problems.
Am I frantic? 'Cause we've lost.
So, how are you getting on?
Yeah, fine, no problems at all. Getting all tired now.
Up to now, Debbie's been as cool as a cucumber about the baby. But today, for the first time, she seems slightly on edge.
There's no way of telling whether the baby's going to be early or not, is there? It's just going to arrive when the baby's ready, really.
It'll arrive just when it's ready.
It's just my husband and myself just have this feeling it's going to be early.
Do I worry? You can bet your life I do.
If you'd now say, I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token
as a token
of my affection for you,
of my affection for you.
and I call upon these persons
And I call upon these persons
here present
here present
to witness that I, David Robert Hurrell,
to witness that I, David Robert Hurrell,
do take thee, Denise Tyson,
do take thee, Denise Tyson,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
So it's now my pleasure to tell you, your husband and wife.
I'm in love for the last time.
Dave and Dee's wedding has been so secret that not even their own parents know, let alone people back in the village.
She didn't get on too well with her GP at the time.
Right.
The GP said it was nothing to
Debbie's finally broached the subject of her sister's problems.
Well, after a miscarriage, one certainly goes through a grief reaction very often, and it's sometimes difficult to cope with that on your own, so I'm sure she should go and see, or get some help. Are you able to talk to her about it? Is she?
She has been. She's been on the phone a few times chatting about it, but she just breaks down in tears all the time.
Right.
So she is finding it difficult. Initially, she wasn't, and then it was a couple of weeks.
But has all this last-minute worry and fatigue taken its toll? For the first time, Debbie's blood pressure is much higher than it should be. Tony's swimming pool up at Glade Farm. And for Catherine and her sister Claire, the luxury of a swim away from prying eyes.
Don't go underwater, Claire, 'cause that's unfair.
The fact there's nobody around her but her mother to watch her is very important for Catherine. The one strange legacy of her unusual birth is that she hasn't got a tummy button, and she's become very self-conscious about it.
And she was 3 when she first noticed she didn't have one. They were in the bath together, and she was sort of looking at her and looking at Claire. And when she said, "Where's mine?" You know, so that's when she noticed.
Just I'd like to be the same as everyone else. I don't like being different. Sometimes people take the mickey out of me. I don't really take much notice of them anymore. But it really would be nice if I just could have one.
What do people say when they notice you haven't got one?
Well, once someone called me an alien.
When she was 5, she came home crying. She said, "It doesn't matter, does it?" And I said, "What?" And she said, "I haven't got a tummy button like everybody else." And they'd all circled around her and pointing and being nasty, really. I said, they were only little children, so they didn't really know what, they were hurting her.
And now, of course, she's at that age where it perhaps matters more.
Yeah, in teenage years.
Is it really that important? Will it make a big difference?
For my 15th birthday, that's all I want, is just a tummy button.
What they're hoping is that plastic surgeons could make her a tummy button, but that's now up to the village GP, Dr. Moore. Jumbo's taken extraordinary emergency measures to keep his swimming pool open for use during the present crisis. He's erected a huge gossamer dome to keep out the dust and the peeping toms. What's particularly alarmed him is the sheer scale of the operation on the other side of the fence.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 vehicles are at that moment. So lucky the wind isn't in this direction, otherwise we'd be absolutely covered in dust today.
Jumbo, is this all as bad as you feared?
What I didn't appreciate at all was that the size of the mounds. In the planning consent that was given, they said that it was going to be 3 meters high. Well, if you look at the size of that vehicle, I mean, it must be 10 meters high in places, mustn't it? That's the thing that confused me.
So they're not playing by the rules?
Well, I don't think they are, quite.
What can you do about it, then?
Go to court, I suppose, but I mean, it's jolly expensive, isn't it? We're pretty unpopular in the village as it is, let alone if we tried to slow it up even more.
Are you? Why?
Well, I think. Well, we're always making a bit of a stink about it, really, you know.
Why has that made you unpopular, then?
Well, I think people may think that we're trying to slow down the course of the, you know, the bypass. Gosh, it's delayed long enough.
Now this has all started, how are your relationships with Tony Holmes? Better or worse?
Well, I don't see a lot of him, really, but I don't know whether the grapevine has said, but I've actually nicknamed him Gravelfinger, after that well-known James Bond character called Goldfinger.
So he's Gravelfinger?
I call him Gravelfinger, which usually brings a smile to most people's face.
Is she the one that's trying that?
What everyone's hoping is that the rift between Jumbo and his brother-in-law Tony will be resolved in time for Chris's wedding. A wedding that everyone's talking about, even George the gamekeeper.
So when is Chris actually getting married?
Well, not in the next few months. He's got too much work on at the moment.
Yeah.
So,
is he get married around here local? Or?
No. Where she comes from.
Oh, that's Welsh somewhere, isn't it? Yeah, I've heard
That's
something
to
about it.
learn a bit of Welsh, we will.
That's a long way to go and have a few points, Tony.
It's all a long way to have a few points.
I've gone in for farming, I like the life, mixed up with cows and rams. So much time I share with the animals there.
The news that the son and heir to Glade Farm is finally to wed has taken everyone by surprise. Hardly anyone in the village even knows who the lucky girl is.
Milkmaids are much fresher still to be a farm.
Not that Chris himself has time for any of this. He's working every hour of daylight to get the harvest in.
Early to bed makes you feel right as rain.
Up at the Cedars, wedding news of a very different kind. The secret of Dave and Dee's marriage has been so well kept that even their old friend Tell the landlord hadn't the slightest idea.
Hello, mate. Robin, Robin.
How you doing, mate? You see me look?
You didn't know, did you? No, I thought it was Brian. You haven't, have you?
Brian?
You fool, how many times is this? 3. No, I've never had a clue, I'll tell you. I thought it might have been Brian.
Well done, Sarah.
Cheers, everybody.
Tell's so overwhelmed by the news that it seems to have slipped his mind. He's pledged to give up drink for a year. If he loses his bet, it'll cost him a small fortune.
Oh, that is nice. I'll have another drop of that.
Terry, what about all those hundreds of pounds?
Shush, hope you're going to cut this. You've got to cut this out, Nigel, I'll tell you.
Well, the thing is, I really don't know. I don't know. I've really got to take your advice on this because I'm not quite sure. It looks like...
But in fact, behind the scenes, Tell and his wife Babs have got nothing whatever to laugh about.
Okay, fine. Sorry, Jim. Can we sort of like go over the books and...
Now there could be much more than just a few £100 at stake.
And we'll meet up and we'll have a talk, yeah? All right, darling. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Who are you talking to, Babs?
That was the accountant.